Hey guys, happy Saturday. So I'm off tonight because it's some vacation hours. Um, I'm so thankful because my manager's one of the managers who's really understanding. I just told him, I think he would have approved it anyway, but he was like, I told him, oh, this is last minute, but I need a um vacation request for Sunday or Saturday, Sunday morning because um you don't have to really tell them, but I just said, it was last minute. It was old, like honestly last minute. So I was like, yeah, I just told him the deal. I was like, it costs too much to go all the way to, Monrovia, just because we get off at 3 a.m. this week. So, he just was like, oh yeah, yeah, blah blah, and he did it, and it was like, but that was before. Okay, this morning, my friend that takes me to train, we went to her house. I was supposed to leave at 6:48. Take the lift to the train at 6:48. Everything would have been fine, right? But we ended up staying about talking to like around 5 a.m. or whatever, eating tacos, Jackbox. It was fun, and we were just kind of like girl talk and talking about the past, and talking about guys and just dealing with guys and all that. And so we ended up both just knocking out, crashing out. And I ended up, you guys, I didn't leave her house, so I was still asleep. Both of us were still asleep until I wanted to be on the 12:48 train because I was like, this is the last snooze I'm doing because I already had snoozed the 8:48. I already snoozed the 11:48. So I was like, because if you miss the 8:48 when you're on the weekend on Saturday, then you have to wait almost till 12 for the next one. So it comes really infrequent on the weekend. That's why, like, I talked to Dave. I was like, Dave, can you approve it? Because, um, yeah, I just told him what it was, and he's like really understanding. So he was like, yeah, blah blah blah, this and that. So I forgot why he was even over there because I was gonna try my manager, and then he walked up and he was asking me something because he always comes up and talks to us and everything, and I'm like, I was like, you know what? Basically, it was funny because he asked me something, and then I was like, oh, but can I ask you something? Can you for my vacation? And he was like, wait, what happened? What's up? This and that. So I was so thankful he did that. But in hindsight, 50-50, obviously, hindsight. I would have just went tonight and then went because I got to use like one of my hours of UPT because I only had enough for five almost 6 of the hours, you guys. And like I was like, if I hadn't used it like a week or two ago, one of those hours, I would have had my whole like 7 hours that we need for tonight covered, or six, whatever, six something hours. But it's okay, C'est la vie. I think that's what it is. C'est la vie. But okay, so so after that, in hindsight, I would have just went tomorrow morning to my friends again, and then I would have just left like at 8:48 or whatever. I was gonna, you guys. Okay, so I was supposed to be on the 8:48, right? Because I was like, I'm not gonna make the 6:48 because I fell asleep at we fell asleep like after 5 something. So it was funny. We were talking about all this stuff. Like I was telling her, oh my god, I was like, my grand uncle, which is my mom's uncle, rest in peace, Uncle Robert. They have these old school like Jet or Ebony magazines, like back in the day. Like the Bright magazine. And I told her how I don't know how it came up. You guys, it might be a little TMI, but we were talking about. I was watching something on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? There's these girls that are attached, but they have different heads, but their bodies are the same. And you know how with conjoined twins, they could be either their heads are connected or their body is connected. And we were just saying how, oh my god, like you couldn't even be alone because like I was like, you couldn't even be alone, like in your thoughts. You couldn't even be alone with your man, nothing, because I mean, they're right there. We weren't making fun of them. We were just kind of saying how that would be crazy because with twins in general, they say that they could be states apart and they could feel certain things. Like, oh my god, my sister's hurting or my brother's hurting or whatever. I told her I'm gonna look this up when I get home because I want to really look this up on my days off about the conjoined twins, like how it is living, living like that. I thought they're called Siamese twins, but I think it's the technical term is conjoined or something. You guys, it was interesting. I was like, yeah. She was like, you can. She's like, I was like, yeah. If you go to the restroom, if you any shower, anything, they gotta be with you because it's like, I was like, we all need our alone time. Like, let me just breathe for a minute. Like, I was like, they can't even do that because it's like, but I said they probably work it out somehow, because it's like my friend's like, well, yeah, but they're the same because it's the same. If one of them's, I don't want to say. She was like, if one of them's, I was like, okay, say like one of them has a man, but the other one doesn't, and they're doing it. She's like, well, yeah, but he's doing it to both of them because it's the same body. I was like, no, some of them aren't attached body. They're attached to the head, but they're not attached. Some of them, like those two girls, Brittany and I forget the sister's name, but those two, remember they were driving or they wanted to learn how to drive, and the parents were like, what, blah blah blah. They're actually one body and two heads. And I said, that's interesting, yeah. But I said if it was a situation where like those ladies in the '80s, Eunice or uh, Yvette and Yvonne MacArthur, like if it was them, they're joined at the head, right? So, and I remember reading back in the day those old magazines. My mom had some at the house. Like I was like, I remember reading one where they were well, rest in peace. First of all, they passed away, but they passed away back in like '93. They actually were married or dating some twins, like twin brothers. So like, but I was like, yeah, but they would have to share a bed and everything because it's like all four of them because you know. So she was saying, oh yeah, if one of them's getting down with their man, the other one's gonna feel it because it's like. I was like, I don't think so. I was like, well, yeah, because they're there, they're attached. They're gonna feel the sensation, but they're not gonna feel what's going on. Like, but I'm like, we were just talking about all this off the wall stuff. It was crazy. It was fun. It was like a much needed girls' night, girls' morning / work morning, whatever. But it ended up being fun. Like we were just talking about all this stuff, and she was just saying how she was telling me she was talking to this dude, and she told him, he's like, oh yeah, I live by myself. It sucks being at home by myself, and I was like, are you sure that he's single? Because, these dudes tell you anything, like, especially on these sites. I told her, I think Plenty of Fish and sites like that really messed my head up because I would be like, nah, I'm doing a straight up background check like my other friend did to find out what this dude, what's his, who he's with and stuff. And she's like, no, I already told him if he has a girlfriend or anything that I'm not going to talk to you. I was like, yeah, you got to tell him so. But they'll still say that they don't or whatever, or they're broke up with them or something. Like, you gotta be real on it. But we're talking about everything, guys. So, that wasn't even the half. I get to the train I get on the 12:48 train because around 8 or 9, I got a thing from Amazon. You know how when you get a delivery, like Prime or whatever, you get a delivery with the little Amazon logo? Like, they were like, your driver is 6 stops away. I was like, because I don't have nobody here to get it. 1. 2, they don't ever freaking listen. Sometimes I tell them put it on the side door because that door isn't to the street or anything. This front door is like right to the street. So if you're walking by, I mean, you could just pick it up. One of the things was some contractor bags, and they were just shipped in their box. So like, if anyone was gonna jack those, it was like. But the other thing had my nausea pills I ordered. I ordered some C-band thing for nausea. The little acupuncture thing. And then I ordered some makeup, Maybelline mousse. I got a good deal on that. That was only 6 something. And with my discount, it was like 5 something. But that brings me to why I needed to get those things. Okay, so you guys. Wait. Okay, so I get home today and it's there. So I looked out. Everything was just there where it was. But I was at the point where I wasn't even going to look at where the picture they took or anything. I was like, it's not going to be there. Watch. Because I'm just getting home around 1. I'm going to get home around 2 or 3 by the time this train gets to, by the time it gets to the zoo, that's going to be almost, 1:30 and I went to Target right there to get some stuff. So I ended up not getting here till about almost 3. Because I went 2 something or 3. Because I went in Target, but then I wasn't in Target that long. Because I had to get something. I was gonna eat this orange chicken, and then I said, you know what? I'll just eat it with my rice roni noodles. But then, cause I don't know if I have white rice, and I don't want to use the one that's here because some people aren't that great with throwing out expired stuff. So I didn't want to risk it that, and so I was like, I'll eat it with my noodle. Well, so I get home, it's there. I'm happy about that. Um, the reason I had to get some nausea stuff is okay, guys. I've been on this med Prestige since maybe 2 weeks. It's gonna be 2 weeks because I have to up to 50 next week, which supposedly is the dose that some people or most people start at is 50. I start at 25. Some doctors do say you're 25. She started me at 25. Okay, I told you guys that I was dealing with a little bit of nausea and stuff, but it wasn't. It was getting better because it was like I guess my body was getting used to it, or so I thought. Well, so, and as a matter of fact, right now I'm slightly nauseous right now, but not to the point of how it got the other morning. So I'm on my way. We get up at 3 a.m. Right? Like I said, my friend had told me he was telling me about Del Taco. He's gonna hit up Del Taco after work. I was like, well, I'm gonna go to one bet. I'll do you one better. I'm gonna go to this place and get grilled cheese and fries at 6 a.m. because they'll cook the whole menu the whole day. And we were just cracking up over how we're gonna get like regular food in the morning. And yeah, I know Jack in the Box, a place like that, do that. But yeah, those diner places obviously are better than them. So I was like, he went and Del Taco, Del Taco told him that their system is down till 5, which is effed up because you guys are 24 hours. I don't know. I don't know what Del Taco he's going to. But I never have encountered that with Jack or any of those 24-hour ones. The only one that's kind of weird sometimes after hours, it was couple of times when I was driving and stuff, I would get here a little late, and that McDonald's on Huntington right there in Mayflower sometimes would be real slow after a certain hour. I don't know if the system was down, the whole menu wasn't available. It was like really weird. So sometimes the fast food places, and like systems do go down after midnight because Walmart, when they were 24 hours, the one in Baldwin Park, I was in there a couple times because my friend got married like right near that one. And literally after her wedding that morning, after midnight or something, I went to the Walmart right there, and the lines were like not moving. It was because the registers just stopped at like midnight, and so then they had to like. I'm not saying that's why they stopped doing their 24 hours. I think that's something else, but and then plus they're always stocking at night and everything. Or if you go early in the morning in Walmart, or certain times of the night or day, that one in Rialto, if you go certain times in the morning, they're stocking. It's always, Winco's like that too. At night, it's like there's a good time to go, but it's like they're stocking and it might not be as busy, but they're stocking stuff, so it's like you can't get around all the time. So it's like I get it. Companies, businesses do kind of after midnight, their system gets a little weird sometimes. But I don't know if it's a 24-hour restaurant. Why are you like? And he must have went to the same one twice. He's like, oh my god, bring that up. He's like, I'm getting re-mad because they told me again it's down. Well, that morning I was gonna go JB get the grilled cheese and fries. I didn't even make it because I'm on my way. We were passing Castle LA because I was gonna be there too early if I got off at Montclair and took the Azusa bus. I was gonna be over here by like 5:30, and I was just gonna be sitting around. So, which ended up not being a bad thing because I did that the day I was able to finally eat it, and it wasn't that long a wait. So, I hate it. Hindsight's 50/50. Anyway, so that morning, guys, I was on my way to the Union Station. I drank some of my Diet Mountain Dew, and all of a sudden, I just got hot, and I felt super queasy, like that feeling when you just have to like puke or something. And I was like, "What is this?" Like, and the only thing I did different with the pills, was the day before, which was Wednesday. I took them later than I normally do. Like I took them like around 1 or something, and because the day it was okay. Remember the day I made those croissants, and the video where I made the croissants and I ate some of the egg bites and all that. That day was I took the medicine right when I was doing that video. I was typically supposed to take it a little earlier than that, I don't know if that's what caused it, but because it's extended release, so you know how it releases slowly in your body. Well, it was horrible. So I get out at Union Station. I just sit there for like 15 minutes. This guy was smoking something. I don't know what it was, because he was gonna get on the San Bernardino train. I was like, I don't even care because I just need to sit and I have to just inhale this. Ugh. So then I finally was able to get to the goal line, and I still was feeling queasy. I slept most of the ride. And then I got here and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going straight home. I'm not getting no food because I don't think I could stomach anything right now. And I didn't want to, like, even if I was gonna feel better later, which typically happens when I get nauseous, like, I can't see myself wanting that, later. You guys, is it raining? I hear like, hold on, let me look outside real quick. I hear like something dropping. I know the sprinklers go on or something. No, no. These neighbor sprinklers go on around this time. Okay, so um, I get over here. I just go straight home and I get I just ate two of those Trader Joe's popsicles. I was like, I'm not eating nothing. I ended up later going to get something to eat because I was supposed to do laundry that day and then go to Ulta that day to get that scrub, and I just never did. I just laid the whole day because I felt so queasy, and I was like, no. I probably could have went, but I just didn't go because I was like, I don't feel like just getting up. I hadn't even done laundry yet. It was just like, so I ended up on my way to work stopping at the Del Taco because what's the name? I mentioned it, but I didn't get what he told me to get. I got something else, but I didn't really want them, but I needed to go somewhere where I can get some of that Dramamine stuff because the ones I got at Walmart that didn't weren't really working. So I got the Target version, and then I got the Dramamine kind, the little tube of it because they had a sale, and I just ended up, you guys, because I was like, I gotta make it through this shift tonight, like without being queasy because and so I can't function when I feel like that, like, oh, like, because I was queasy at work one night. I was like, so I ended up taking like four and through the shift, and it ended up, and I'm still slightly, I don't know what the difference is because I'm still just taking the 25. I don't know what it is, but I went one night, the night that I got the Dramamine, or the day I got the Dramamine at Target. I didn't take my pills that day because you know, when you're nauseous, you don't want to take anything. It's like metformin all over again years ago. So I didn't take my pills, so it was like, and you know what? Speaking of metformin, it could have partially been that too, because I'm not on the extended release anymore. I'm on the regular kind. I've been on the regular kind this whole maybe over a year, and prior I was on extended release because I couldn't take my full dosage because it was making me too queasy. Like they wanted me to take 2,400 a day. Um, I was barely able to get one down, and it was like the regular metformin, 850, and I was like, so the doctor's like, okay, yeah, so you change it to extended release, but you have to get authorization from the insurance first, and they have to feel you need it, and since I'm not diabetic, because I'm I guess if they really plead the case about why they're using it, because they use it for me, I take metformin for the off-label use, which is they use it for PCOS women for the insulin resistance and all that. So obviously the insurance is like, well, let's see how she does with the regular kind first. And I was like, I already done the regular kind years ago, but whatever. So anyway, I was like, I probably could have got my doctor at Kaiser to do it, but I wasn't thinking about it because for some reason the metformin didn't give me problems this time around. I don't think it was that, because if it's that, that's weird because it hasn't been causing me problems this time around for over a year or so. I think it was the Prestige, but I didn't contact my doctor because it's normal, I heard, for the first few weeks. If it gets to the point where you can't function, then yeah, they may have to do something. But I'm like, if I'm feeling this way at 25, what's going to happen with 50? But supposedly 50 is when you start really feeling like, someone, like, I was reading this guy on Reddit, he put, like, you feel normal again. You know, he's starting to feel normal. Like he can laugh again and sing again and stuff. But it's not like a, oh my god, let me go like go to Disneyland type of thing. But it's like you're not thinking like I remember I just thought about it earlier. I was thinking of like something kind of a depressed. It's not a depressing thought, but it's like um just the sadness, you know, about I don't know. I sometimes just think about, oh, I miss my dad, like talking to my dad all the time, or I miss my mom, or talking to my mom, or even though I could talk to them, I could just call them. But it's like, just I think over here, just the situation with my dad thing is one of the kind of triggering points with the whole situation, and so it's like, um, but I couldn't even go there, you know, mentally. Like a few weeks ago, I would have been like really just sad about it and getting to the point of like welling up and like you know, and it's like I don't know. I know these pills supposedly do something with your serotonin, um, so like they help kind of quell the depressing thoughts and they bring like those your moods up. And supposedly they help with anxiety too, a little bit. But I don't know. I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't feel, but my mind didn't want to go there. Um, it's like, yeah, that is kind of something, but don't think about it right now. Or don't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like, it wasn't like that it's not something to kind of think about, but it wasn't like, don't, my mind wouldn't harp on it. It was like, okay, yeah, that's happening, but, you know, it's not the end of the world kind of thing. You still, um, can talk to him, still can see him, this and that. So I was just like, um, I don't know. I think they are helping to an extent. It's only been not. It's only gonna be 2 weeks for me though, so I'm still new to the game. But and it hasn't. I'm not at 50 yet. Um, but this nausea better straighten up a little bit because you know I'm not. I'm a big baby with nausea. I don't know how women do it for like 9 months or whatever with that. I couldn't even wait a minute. I was like, you know, I was like, no, I'm incapacitated for the rest of the week. I can't. I'm a big baby. I can't stand nausea at all. Like, I can't function with it. So like, and it just makes you cranky too. Like, you're like. But anyway, guys, I'm going to enjoy my meal here. I'm gonna eat some orange chicken, some restaurant noodles. I was gonna eat my ribs, potato salad, but I'll eat that tomorrow. I never finished those ribs. And there wasn't even that much in that rack. Because you know how when you cut the rack up, you see how many you actually got? Like, it looks like a lot when you're buying them, the baby backs or whatever. But then you cut them, and there's like there was like 10 or whatever, or 11. And the other time when I got them, that first time, I tore through those things. I don't even think there was leftovers. And this time, I think it's because the other time was before these pills, so I think they're doing something with my appetite. Like, you know. Someone I work with, she's like, oh my gosh, she's losing weight. And I'm like, I am? Like, cause you know, I'm like, what? Nothing's really changed diet wise. He's like, I'm still eating the same. I'm like, what you trying to say, bitch? I don't know. I mean, I said thank you and we hugged and everything, but I was just like, I am? Like, I don't feel it. But she ain't seen me in like, cause I wasn't there, had the drama with work and everything. The times when I would see her on Wednesday nights, I haven't been there. So she probably is just like, well, from what I remember, you know, who knows? But it's a compliment, so. But anyway, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good Saturday night. Stay cool. I'm about to get in the shower right now after I eat this. Because just being in the kitchen right now tonight was having me sweat. Like, anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.